Let's see if we get this going here. All right. We are live, so let me get a minute, get some people in here. Get started here in just a minute. Wait for everybody to show up and log on. Still trying to figure out the best time and day of the week to do this, but we'll figure it out as we go. So there we go. Yes, what's up, Thomas? Yes, it's been a minute or two. Where are you at? Always like to hear kind of what different parts of the country where people are, or not even in the country. I get a lot of people, I guess, from a lot of guys from Australia, and yeah, it's just YouTube is just pretty awesome. So we're gonna wait a minute, just kick it till we get some people showing up, and we're gonna dive in today. Short, what I'm trying to do is create some shows. I'm tired of making like videos by myself. That's not fun. But this is fun for me, where I come in with a show topic. So today it's going to be the 3-hour muscle building formula, and go over that and then open it up to questions from you guys. So, wow, Thomas, Scotland. Awesome, man. You are way far away. Very cool. And yes, I know it's been a minute since I've posted. A lot of things going on. Well, I bought a house, so this is my war room, as I like to call it. So you can see I've got a view of the mountains out there, if you can see that. And then my one whiteboard and my other whiteboard. And I've got my standing and sitting desk here, so it's pretty sweet setup. So now, just getting all that done just took a lot of time, and as you all know, I've got a couple other businesses I run. So, but anyways, point being, I want to start doing some shows, because I think this is a good way for me to put out more videos for you, and also allows you to have some feedback and input so that everybody is learning and growing. So Nottingham in England, very nice. Jersey, Virginia, that's where I used to be from, or I am from, but I don't live there anymore. All right, Pueblo. I've been down near there right when I was wrestling the gators. There, that gator farm is near there. So cool. Sweden, man. So all over the country. So yeah, I'm still gonna figure out what we got. NYC, awesome. Nebraska. So yeah, I got guys from all over the world. That's just so cool. But still figuring out, all right, what's the best time? Because where we can get, it's convenient for everyone to hop in and do a quick little lesson. So we got Cali. So we got coast to coast here. Very good. I was just in Los Angeles for a coaching workshop, and give it just a couple more minutes, because I'm just sending out an email now, so people know, but I guess you can always go back and watch. But yeah, today what we're going to be talking about is what I call the 3-hour muscle building formula. Now, it is not your muscle is going to grow in 3 hours, so let's be realistic here. But it is, it is a big focus of mine to find, how can I get in great shape and stay in great shape in the least amount of time. Not from a lazy standpoint, just from like, if I can get in awesome shape in 3 hours a week, why would I spend 15 hours a week doing it? That's 12 more hours that I could be spending with my friends, with my girlfriend, with my family, with you guys. So that's why when I see all these YouTube fitness videos just talking about dumb stuff that doesn't make a huge difference, and just like, I don't know. Different things for different folks, right? So for me, it's all about what's the simplest and most effective. Awesome. Ross, I don't know if I said that right, but we've got from Turkey, Augusta, Georgia, Alan. Cool. So we got guys from all over. So we can, let's see what time. Yeah, let me give it 2 more minutes. And right now I've just got everybody telling me kind of where they're watching in from. It's just kind of cool. I'm in, by the way, Denver, Colorado. I don't even think I said that. So Denver, Colorado, so kind of right, kind of in the middle of the country. And we've got guys here from Turkey, Scotland, England, Virginia, NYC, California, all over the country, Sweden. So it is pretty cool. Can we come meet you? Well, I was at, I don't know if you guys, I'm sure many of you guys know my two best friends, Alpha M, I Am Alpha M, his YouTube channel, and Antonio Centeno, Real Men, Real Style. So they put on a conference every year called Menfluential, which is a 2-day conference in Atlanta, Georgia, that is for men. It's 2 days, and its first day is business, so it's all about how to run your own business, how to start a business, how to grow a business, and become an entrepreneur. And the second day is personal development. So that's all on confidence, style, self-improvement, etc. So I always go to that. I've spoken each year, and I speak usually on the personal development day. But that is a great way to come out. You can meet me and also Antonio and Aaron, and also just a lot of other like-minded guys who are like, they want to invest in themselves, and you just have a better conversation. So it's way, way, way worth it. So wow, Jamaica, man, you guys all over the place. That's so cool. I just can't get over that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start off, and the format we're going to do is I'm just going to kind of drop some knowledge, and then once I kind of finish, then I'll come back and start answering questions. But I like to stick in the theme. So the theme today is obviously muscle building, and what I'm going to share with you is the 3-hour muscle building formula. Hopefully you can see that. All right, I don't know if this makes it easier. But I've tried to write it really big so you can hopefully see it. I don't know, is that glaring? Is that okay? I don't know if it's glaring or not. I'm going to try this one too. Wow, that's awesome, man. Firehawks lost 100 pounds. That's great. That is no small accomplishment. So, just trying to see, does that help at all? I can't tell. Still figuring out the tech stuff here. There is a glare. I can close it all, but then I don't know if you'll be able to see me. Let's see, I guess. Let's take a look and see if that's any better. If not, I got one more. Enough that you can see, right? I just can't tell from this if you can actually see the board. Let's see. All right. Let's see if that works. Let's see if that makes it better. Oh, there's still a glare. Oh, the glare is coming from the computer monitor. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be able to fix that. So, okay, cool. You guys are saying you can see, so we're all gravy here. All right. So, wow, I'm surprised you can see. It's actually really dark. But okay, so what we're going to go over today is what I call the 3-hour muscle formula. And again, for the guys who are just hopping on, this is my whole. So let me back up and say there's obviously a lot of ways that you can build muscle and get in shape and build the body you want. Okay, the philosophy behind all my videos and my approach is what is the simplest and most effective, time-effective way to do it. Because I don't want to spend hours and hours in the gym. I run several businesses. I enjoy being in the gym, but not enough to where I want to hang out there. So I have no interest I follow the law of 80-20, which is 80% of your results comes from 20% of your activity. So there's a lot of things that you see on YouTube about supersets and drop sets and fasting and this and that and whatever. And sure, maybe they help a little bit, but they're the 80% that contributes to 20% of results. So it really doesn't matter that much. So just understand, I think it's important for you to understand when you're watching videos, what is the philosophy behind the person that is teaching you, because that may not be in line with your philosophy, and if it isn't, you take it with a bigger grain of salt than if it is. So with that mindset of like, all right, what is the most time effective way to build muscle mass? It's a very simple formula. It's 7E plus SL plus 3X, and that's going to equal building muscle mass. Okay, so let me break each of these down for you so you have an actionable plan or step that you can take to do this. So the first is, that you may have already seen it, but it's the 7 best exercises for building muscle. Okay, again, there's tons and tons of exercises that we can do, but when we follow the law of 80-20, which says that 80% of or 20% of the exercises are going to give you 80% of the result, like, we don't need to be doing a million exercises. So these are the ones that I found and science shows are the best at building and adding mass to your body. So we have squats, deadlift, bench press, everybody's favorite. And then we have dips. Is this going too low? No, we have dips. Then we have pull-ups or chin-ups. And what do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have leg lifts and press, which is standing press, which is standing military press with the barbell. So these 7 exercises should consist of whatever workout you're doing, whether you're doing a Spartan Rises or a custom workout or whatever workout, you should always have these 7 exercises should be in there, because they are the biggest muscle drivers. And the reason for that is these activate your growth hormone and testosterone versus doing something like bicep curls, which is just an isolation exercise, which is fun to do, but again, in the interest of what is the least amount of time I can invest to get the most results, these are the exercises that you need to be doing. So that's the first step there. So we've got 7E. The next, which I also have, and again, guys, I have a video that goes, a couple videos that talk about this on my channel. You may have seen it, and if you haven't, you can go watch it, for more details. The next is the SL, which is the strength ladder. Okay, and there's an arrow here for climbing the strength ladder. And I have lots of videos on this because this is just such a key tool and mindset that you need to have if you want to invest minimum time to build muscle. And the whole concept behind this is that if you are getting stronger, you are building muscle. Like, this is a quantifiable way for us to see and for you to see progress, because what happens is a lot of guys, and you may relate to this, you get all excited, you get a workout magazine or whatever program that you're going to start, and you're like, boom, I'm going to like do it this time, stick to it. And what happens is after 2 weeks or so, that's usually the turning point, you kind of burn out because you're looking in the mirror or you're weighing yourself on the scale and you're not seeing a lot of results. And that's normal because it takes a while for our bodies to change. However, it doesn't take a while to see results, especially if you use a strength ladder. So the strength ladder is a process for tracking how much weight you lifted and increasing your weight in each exercise. So again, I have some videos on this in my channel, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, but the premise is, if you start off and you're squatting 100 pounds for 3 sets of 6, then your next workout, you do 105 pounds for 3 sets of 6. You've gone up, you've climbed the strength ladder. So you've gone up 5 pounds. You keep doing that, and a month later, now you're squatting 150 for 3 sets of 6. Well, that is undeniable, measurable progress, because you were right here, 100 pounds or whatever that is in kilos, and now you're at 150. Okay? So there's no denying, when you see that, there's no denying, like, wow, I'm making progress. Even if you look in the mirror and you're like, man, I don't look like how I want to be yet, I'm not seeing the muscle yet, you know that you're getting stronger because you are increasing the weight that you lift. So when we apply these two together, you're using these 7 exercises plus a strength ladder, boom, like off you go to the races. To building lean muscle mass. And you see how simple this is. Like, we don't need a whole lot, right? And so what is the last part? Well, the last part is 3x, which just means 3 times a week, okay? And really 3 times a week for less than 60 minutes, Okay, so that's where the 3 hours comes in. You don't need, taking away, okay, the gym's really crowded or whatever, transportation time. Actual lifting time in the gym, if you know what you're doing, as far as you know how to perform the exercises, and it's not super crowded, should take you less than 60 minutes. Anything over that is ineffective and can oftentimes raise your cortisol levels too high and be counterproductive for working out. So under an hour with these 7 exercises, climbing the strength ladder, if you're doing those 3 things, you are building muscle mass. And so all you have to do is focus on, okay, how can I get better at this? Get better at your form and how to do these by watching, videos on YouTube or getting personal trainers showing you form. The other is, obviously continually climbing the ladder, and then just making sure you're being consistent. On my Spartan X-ray, which you can go to from SpartaStrength.com, it's on the website. It's a free diagnostic tool that you answer some questions, and it will tell you where your biggest current roadblock is for building muscle. The biggest thing I see from guys, because I review the responses, and I've had thousands and thousands of guys take it, and the biggest block is most of them are not going to the gym 3 times a week. So if we just step back and think, it's very easy to get caught up in the minutia of what specific reps and sets and exercises and foods and all these things should I eat? It's if you aren't going to the gym 3 times a week and you're not climbing the strength ladder, none of the rest matters, okay? This is the basement. Oh, that's a terrible drawing. This is like the basement for your house. Okay, you can see, guys, why I didn't go into graphic design. But this is the basement. So everyone's always focused on building the roof, and it's dude, you don't even have the basement built, so you're not going to have the roof. Or you're not ready for a roof. So focus on building the basement first, and then the walls, and then the roof, and et cetera and so forth. So that's really the very simple formula. Now, something that a question that may be coming up in your head is well, hold on, what about nutrition? Because muscle doesn't just build itself, and that's a good point. So actually, kind of embedded in the strength ladder is the nutrition component, in the sense that if you are not feeding your body the building blocks it needs to rebuild and build bigger muscles, then you will not climb the strength ladder. So if you're going to the gym week after week and you're man, I can't squat any more than 150 pounds, well, that's because you're not giving your body the nutrition it needs. But again, now you know that. Now you know that for a fact, because you're I'm doing everything else. The only variable that's not going is the strength ladder, so that means I need to dial in my nutrition. And nutrition is it's a whole nother ball game, so I'm sure we'll do some videos on it. But I can give you two simple things to incorporate one at a time that will make the biggest difference. And that is, kind of running out of room here. Can I? I can write over here a little bit. That is drinking a gallon of water a day, and I'll have to get better about my international metrics. I don't know what that is in liters, but I'm sure you guys can help each other in the chat. So drinking a gallon of water a day every day, and 1 gram of protein for pound of body weight. Pounds of body weight, and I think it's 2. I think it's 1 gram of protein for 2.2 kilos. I think that's right, or it's the other way around. I don't know. I'll have to check. But those are the two. Again, keeping it simple. What food? How much of this carb? Blah. Just dude, a gallon of water a day, start there, because that's going to not only help you recharge, it's going to help you think better. It's like oil for your body. I mean, our body is 60% plus water. And so it's going to help just all of your systems work at full capacity. It's going to help you burn a lot more fat. So by burning fat, you're just going to look bigger because you're more shredded. And then a gram of protein per day. So a gram of protein per pound of body weight per day. So I weigh 180 pounds, so I need to be eating at least 180 grams of protein per day. And two reasons for that. Number one, protein is a thermogenic, So it helps you burn fat. It also helps fill you up so you're not wasting or you're not hungry and snacking on junk foods. And finally, protein is what your body, what your body uses to rebuild and build muscle, the amino acids inside of protein. So again, like, this is my goal here is just to kind of simplify it for you so you can see. Now here's the other thing, guys. This takes, this is simple, but it's not easy, right? It's very simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. It's hard. It's hard to focus and concentrate because the biggest death in fitness success is shiny object syndrome or chasing squirrels. And because there's all these rabbit holes to go down. So like, it takes work for you to concentrate and say, no, I'm only going to focus on these 7 exercises and climbing the strength ladder and going to the gym 3 times a week. And I'm not going to watch 5 million different YouTube videos and articles that pull me all over the place. Like, the guy who can continually do this week after week after week is the guy who wins and realizes, wow, all this fitness stuff isn't magic, it isn't complicated, etc. and so forth. So that's kind of that is the 3-hour muscle growth formula. Let me go ahead. Again, the premise here, what I'm trying to do, guys, is just have some shows where I talk for a little bit on a topic and then answer some questions. So let me dive in here. Is there a cat meowing in the background? Yeah, I locked it because I was hoping he wouldn't come in. But that dude it's a miniature lion, first of all. Let's get the naming right. And yeah, he just doesn't shut up. So let's see what happened to the epic beard. Yeah, I shaved it. Rest in peace. Jay from Texas, what's up? Alright, so let's get some questions here. I'm trying to lose 73 pounds. So yeah, so building muscle is going to help you. If you focus on building muscle, you will lose fat. So don't think of it as like, can I build muscle and lose fat, or how do I lose fat? Just focus on building muscle and you will lose fat in that process. So Jay Forte, what's up, buddy? The Spartan rises for someone that has a heart attack and is trying to get back into shape. That's going to be a doctor question. Like, if the doctor says you're okay to lift weights, then yes, Spartan rises is fine for you. But I am not a doctor. Rich says, great formula, simple and effective. Awesome, Rich. Glad you enjoy it. Let's see, can you tag Inferno training sessions to the end of one of these 3 gym sessions? Yeah, closer to heaven, yes. You can do Inferno after your weightlifting, but don't do it before your weightlifting because that will burn you out. Can we have an Excel sheet to help us track or follow this formula? Yeah, I don't have an Excel sheet put together. You can just create one in Google Docs. Maybe you guys can share it with each other. In Spartan Rises, I give you a PDF printout. But I don't actually have an Excel doc. I suggest using an app. I use an app to track. I use my iPhone. I use the app called Strong, and I use that to track my strength ladder. So, but I realize that that's one of those areas where everybody's different. They have their systems. Some guys like spreadsheets. Some guys like to write it down. I used to write it down for a very long time, and now I don't. So, would having 2 surgeries on your knee prevent the ladder climb? Yeah, so guys, like, here's something. I guess I'll do a video later about injuries because, first of all, like, you don't want to be going to someone on YouTube necessarily to get advice about that because we're not doctors. But the other thing is, like, the general thing is always just start with, like, the bar, like super lightweight, for assuming that your doctor said it's okay, your physician said you can lift. Start with the lightest weight possible, and if you slowly climb the strength ladder and don't let your ego get in the way and try and jump big pounds, like, you're going to strengthen and be fine. Quick cover on hot gates. Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that later. That's kind of a thing inside the Spartan program. Can you sum up what you said to a guy who just joined? Well, it's live. I think it's recorded so you can watch through. Let's see, that blank guy, when you are doing sets, if you can't complete a set, is it wise to drop a weight? Yeah, when you're so for the strength ladder, if you don't complete a set, then you've tried to climb too high. You should always be able to finish the sets and the way that you go through it is I've got some videos on YouTube that teaches you how to actually train that down. What is a Spartan Rises? Spartan Rises is my training program. So if you go to SpartanRises.com, that's where I have the workout plan, diet plan, and really the biggest thing is the mindset coaching part that nobody else teaches of how to transform your body. So that's at SpartanRises.com. You can read about that there. The chest, let's see. Whoops, this thing keeps bumping up. What steps should someone be like me if they want to eventually be aesthetic? Austin's asking. All right, so Austin, first of all, BMI is like irrelevant. Don't even, like, BMI is a worthless metric because my BMI is like I'm like not in shape. So don't use BMI, okay? Use what I told you just right here. 7 exercises, climbing the strength ladder 3 times a week. That's it. You don't have to worry about anything else. Let's see, the chest workout you have on your channel, can you do it twice a week? Sure. Why not? Can you remind me how to break past a plateau weight, having a tough time continuing to climb? So, Matt, a couple options. Number one, you're not always going to be able to climb every single workout. In the initial, when you're first starting out, you will because your muscles are new and they haven't adapted. But eventually it'll be like maybe once a week you climb and then maybe once every other week. And then after a certain amount of point when you aren't climbing and you're sure that you're getting the right nutrition and the right rest, then you should be taking a break. So you can take a week off and reset and come back and do different reps or different sets so that you're always kind of, to a degree, mixing it up. Are you saying, let's see, the real Mo wants to know, are you saying those 7 movements 3 times a week? Yeah, to some capacity. I mean, in a Spartan Rises, they do squats 3 times a week. The only one I wouldn't do 3 times a week is deadlift. Deadlift you can do once a week. But all the other ones you can do 3 times a week if you're doing your nutrition right. And you're not, ideally you give a day in between each one, or 2. Let's see. That blank guy got it. Thank you. Sure thing. Manuel Gonzalez, it's an amazing program. Yeah, Manuel's been doing really well. So awesome, Manuel. Glad to have you here. Jonathan Davis, what about workout splits? I mean, I don't really do splits. So, but again, it's very simple. If you're using the exercises in here and you want to split it and you're climbing the strength ladder, why not? Certainly it can work. Any advice for losing weight? Well, we're sticking here to just about building muscle, so maybe I'll do one crazy YouTube video. So it's ineffective because the 60 minutes time limit is after 60 minutes. Studies have shown like you get a lot of cortisol, which is a negative stress hormone, because your body is overtaxed. And you don't need to work out more than 60 minutes to stimulate muscle growth. That's all we're trying to do is stimulate muscle growth. And again, with the mindset of, all right, what is the minimum time dosage that I can use to stimulate muscle growth? Well, it's less than 60 minutes. So why not follow that? So Matt says, thanks, sure thing. Manuel says, thanks, sure thing. And here we are, look at that, wrapping up at 30 minutes. So, yeah, guys, thanks for being here. I think I'm going to go ahead and log off. I do plan on, doing a show once a week. I'm still trying to figure out the exact time and day to do it, because just what's easiest for everyone. But I'll put out once I get that dialed in, I'll put out a show schedule. And you guys, it'll be similar to Mind Food Monday, which Pro Gamer X-Ray. Yeah, man, glad that was helping you. But this is I guess this is like a newer version of Mind Food Monday, because back when I was doing that, like, they didn't have YouTube Live. And live is more my jam. Like, I don't like scripting things and just, like, I like just talking. And that way, you guys get interaction and everybody wins. So we have a couple more questions trickling in here. Would working out 4 times a week be too much? No. I mean, if you're climbing the ladder still, then that's fine. So four times a week is okay. Sometimes I do that, and I'm talking lifting. You can certainly do 3 times lifting, two times cardio if you want. But again, I'm just talking about the bare minimum. You can always add some more, but if you're not doing the bare minimum, like, why would you add more? Because it doesn't seem to be working. So, yeah, what is my profession? It is nerdy guy on YouTube dressed in a cape. That is one of my professions. Yeah, this should be available. It should be public or whatever. So it should be. Hopefully everything's good. I have it recording. I hope. Yeah, so it should be on the channel afterwards. I did another live one last week, but for whatever reason, it didn't work. The email you sent was great. Sometimes YouTube is sketchy when sending updates. Yeah, that's why I figured I'd send it. Any update with House of Hercules? Good question, Andre. Yeah, just like I would love to do that. I would love to get back to it, but just to be honest, right now I don't have to make that watchable and enjoyable for you guys. So guys who haven't seen, I have a video. It's like my least watched video, but it's really good. It's the House of Hercules, where the premise was I come visit a guy and look at what he's doing. We look at his kitchen, we look at his house, etc., and so forth, and like design what needs to be done. And really in the spirit of The Prophet, which I love that show with Marcus. And I realized the roadblock right now that I'm just not going to bother going over is, I need a team, an editing team, and a film crew to film the whole thing and chop and edit it so that it's easy to watch. Because right now, if you go watch it, like you'll see, it just kind of drags on here and there because I just don't have the team to do that. In the future, I would love to get back to that, but right now I do not. 2 days, cardio morning, lifting evening. I always try and do lifting first, but if you're climbing the ladder real mo, then you're good to go. Firehawker, what's the website? The website in the description below. There should be a link below, I think. Yeah, the Spartastrength.com. So Spartastrength.com. Yeah, I'm glad you Crazy likes the House of Hercules. Good, I'm glad you enjoyed it. So, yeah, all right, guys, appreciate it, and I will be back next week. We'll do another topic. Well, let's see, what is a topic, what is a topic you'd like to discuss or like me to discuss next week? I'd like something a little more specific. I mean, put in some ideas of what shows you'd like, what topics, and that will help give me some food for thought as to what I want to do next time. And I'm going to work. Yeah, see, I have to think about this glare because it's coming from my iMac, but that's how I can see your comments. So if I turn it around, it wouldn't work. But I'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. Intermittent fasting. Could talk about that. I actually really don't have any experience with that. So right now, I wouldn't feel super qualified to do it. I know a lot of people rave about it and really like it, but it's again one of those things when it's like seems like a lot of unnecessary extra work. So nutrition, yeah, maybe I'll dive into something on nutrition because I didn't really get into that a whole lot today. Maybe like a simple nutrition formula to follow. What foods are a fat guy's best friend to lose weight? Yeah, okay, so some foods for losing weight, which would also, okay. Yep, these are some good ideas. Cool. All right, guys. Well, great. Again, appreciate all of you. Sorry I have not been around for a while, but I want to start doing these live shows because, excuse me, it's what I enjoy. So, from around the world, Scotland, Jamaica, United Kingdom, Pueblo, Colorado, California, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all next week. And remember, never retreat, never surrender, and keep moving forward.